Are you absolutely fed up, Canucks Nation? Are you truly exhausted by the relentless, agonizing, seemingly endless search for that elusive second-line center? The missing piece that, season after season, appears to stand as the final frustrating barrier between our beloved Vancouver Canucks and genuine Stanley Cup contention? For what feels like an eternity, we've watched General Manager Patrick Allvin and President of Hockey Operations Jim Rutherford tirelessly scour the league, sifting through a myriad of prospects, navigating a labyrinth of trade rumors, all in pursuit of a reliable pivot to complement the brilliance of Elias Pettersson. We've endured the tantalizing whispers of Marco Rossi, the fleeting hopes for Mason McTavish, each name sparking a brief, exhilarating surge of optimism before ultimately fading into the realm of what-ifs. But what if, just what if, the answer to our prayers isn't just out there somewhere, a distant beacon on the horizon, but is currently skating for one of the most storied, most formidable franchises in the entire Eastern Conference? A team that, against all expectations, now surprisingly seems poised to become a seller in a market desperate for talent. What if the Vancouver Canucks are on the precipice of a blockbuster move, a seismic shift that could fundamentally alter their trajectory, bringing a much-needed jolt of top-six talent to the West Coast and finally definitively solidifying their championship aspirations? The Vancouver Canucks are not merely building, they are contending. With a core of elite talent, a renewed sense of purpose, and a tenacious identity forged under Rick Tocchet, the team has firmly established itself as a legitimate force in the Western Conference. Yet for all their commendable progress, one glaring, persistent need has continued to haunt the franchise like a specter in the shadows: the desperate, unyielding search for a bona fide second-line center. This isn't merely about adding depth. It's about finding a player who can seamlessly slot behind Elias Pettersson, providing secondary scoring, driving play, and offering crucial support in all three zones. It's about creating a one-two punch down the middle that can truly challenge the league's elite. The urgency for this acquisition has only intensified as the Canucks look to capitalize on their current, precious window of contention, a period where their star players are in their prime, and the opportunity to hoist the Stanley Cup feels within reach. Patrick Allvin and Jim Rutherford have been relentless in their pursuit, understanding that this piece is not just a luxury, a nice-to-have addition, but an absolute necessity for a team with legitimate championship aspirations. And now, as the unpredictable currents of the NHL landscape begin to shift, two intriguing names have emerged from an utterly unexpected source: the Boston Bruins. Could the solution to Vancouver's long-standing dilemma truly lie within the roster of an Eastern Conference powerhouse, a team that suddenly finds itself at a crossroads, contemplating a strategic retool? Let's dive into the first intriguing possibility, a name that has been circulating in the rumor mill with increasing frequency, sparking whispers of a potential fit. Enter Casey Middlestat. According to veteran Boston Bruins reporter R.G. James Murphy, Middlestat, the talented center, could once again be on the move. It's a fascinating twist, particularly considering he was acquired by Boston not long ago in a significant trade. Murphy's reporting indicates that even before the Bruins season concluded, there was a palpable feeling within the organization that Middlestat wasn't their primary target in the Charlie Coyle trade. Rather, it was Zacha and a second-round draft pick that truly captivated their interest, suggesting a strategic misalignment that could open a door for the Canucks. This subtle but crucial detail suggests a potential opportunity for Vancouver, as a player not fully valued by his current team often comes at a more palatable price, a chance to buy low on a player with significant upside. Middlestat, at 26 years old, is still relatively young, a 6-foot, nearly 200-pound center who brings a compelling blend of size and skill to the ice. He has 2 years remaining on his contract, carrying a manageable cap hit of $5.75 million. While not insignificant, this figure offers cost certainty for a team like the Canucks, looking to build for both the present and the immediate future, avoiding the uncertainty of expiring deals. Middlestat's journey in the NHL has been a winding one, a testament to the unpredictable nature of player development. Drafted 8th overall by the Buffalo Sabres, he hasn't quite lived up to the lofty expectations of his draft position, though it's worth noting that the Sabres' drafting history in general has been a mixed bag outside of a few key hits like Rasmus Dahlin. He was part of the trade that sent Bowen Byram to the Colorado Avalanche, and then in a subsequent move, found himself landing in Boston. His tenure with the Bruins began with a bit of a rough patch after the Coyle trade, but the underlying potential, the flashes of brilliance, remain undeniably present. While not the most prolific goal scorer, with 15 goals being his career high, Middlestat truly excels as a playmaker. He set a career high with 44 assists and 59 points in the 2022-23 season with the Buffalo Sabres, showcasing his exceptional ability to distribute the puck, create scoring chances, and consistently generate offense. For the Canucks, acquiring Middlestat would not only inject youthful energy into their lineup, but also provide a reliable center who can grow organically with the team's promising young core and established veterans. He could certainly alleviate some of the offensive burden on Elias Pettersson, allowing him more freedom, and provide much-needed stability down the middle. However, Middlestat isn't without his caveats, and it's crucial to examine the full picture. While he's strong offensively, his face-off numbers are respectable but not elite, hovering around 51.9% with the Bruins. He's also not particularly known for his physicality, with only 6 hits in 18 games for Boston and 24 in 63 with Colorado, an area where the Canucks might be looking for more grit. The biggest hurdle for the Canucks in acquiring Middlestat, however, lies in the ever-present, often suffocating reality of the salary cap. With approximately $3.22 million in cap space after the Dakota Joshua move, Middlestat's $5.75 million cap hit simply doesn't fit without additional, significant maneuvering. This immediately begs the uncomfortable but necessary question: who would the Canucks be willing to move, to sacrifice, to accommodate his salary? Philip Broberg, a productive player when healthy but with nagging injury concerns, is one option. Teddy Bluger, a valuable bottom-six forward and penalty killer, is another. And then there's Arttu Ilomaki, a promising young center who's poised for a breakout and has shown flashes of brilliance in his NHL stints. While moving Ilomaki would be a tough pill to swallow given his potential and face-off prowess, it highlights the difficult, agonizing decisions Ulven might face. The intriguing aspect here is Middlestat's current value. If it truly is at an all-time low, as James Murphy suggests, the Canucks might be able to acquire him at a significantly cheaper price than expected, making the cap gymnastics, however painful, more worthwhile. But what if there's an even better fit, a more complete package? What if the Bruins are willing to part with a player who not only fills the second-line center void, but also brings a more established two-way game and a physical presence that the Canucks crave, a quality that could truly elevate their top six? Enter Pavel Zacha. Trade rumors continue to swirl around the Bruins, with Zacha's name consistently appearing alongside others like Joonas Korpisalo. While the Canucks are well-stocked in goal with Thatcher Demko and Kevin Lankinen, the fact that Zacha's name is in the mix is incredibly significant. It suggests that Boston is indeed one of the few teams in the league genuinely looking to sell centers, a rare commodity in a market where almost every team is looking to buy, desperately trying to acquire talent. This creates a prime, almost unprecedented opportunity for the Canucks to pick up the phone and engage with Don Sweeney, even if it means dealing with a familiar rival who now houses former Canucks like Elias Lindholm and Nikita Zadorov. Pavel Zacha, at 28 years old, offers a compelling package, a more mature and well-rounded option. While his 47 points last season might be considered a slight down year for the Bruins, it still represents solid offensive production, a consistent contribution. What truly sets Zacha apart, and why he might be a superior fit for the Canucks, is his remarkably well-rounded game. He's a formidable two-way player, capable of contributing offensively while also being incredibly responsible and diligent in his own end, a crucial attribute for a team with championship aspirations. His physicality is an added bonus, evidenced by his 63 hits last season, a willingness to engage and play a heavy game. Crucially, Zacha is exceptional in the face-off circle, boasting an impressive 53.2% success rate on nearly 800 draws last season. This is a vital skill for a second-line center, providing crucial possession starts and defensive zone stability, allowing the Canucks to control the puck and dictate play. Furthermore, Zacha brings a significant physical presence. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches and 207 pounds, he's a big body who can win puck battles along the boards, protect the puck down low, and create valuable space for his line mates, a quality that the Canucks' top six could certainly benefit from, adding a much-needed layer of grit and size. Perhaps the most appealing aspect of acquiring Pavel Zacha is his contract status. He is locked up for 2 more years, providing the multi-year commitment that Patrik Allvin has seemingly been seeking, a desire for stability beyond a single season. This directly addresses a significant criticism often leveled against the Canucks' recent trade strategy, the tendency to acquire one-year rentals who ultimately depart for nothing. We saw it with Elias Lindholm, and we saw it with Nikita Zadorov, both of whom ironically ended up with the Boston Bruins. If the Canucks are truly serious about competing for the Stanley Cup, they need to invest in proven players on multi-year deals, players like Zacha, who can become integral, foundational parts of the team's long-term success. While a bidding war for Zacha's services is almost certainly going to erupt, given his value and the scarcity of centers, the potential reward for the Canucks far outweighs the risk. The opportunity to acquire a player of Zacha's caliber, with his two-way acumen, face-off prowess, and physical attributes from a rival team, is a tantalizing prospect that could finally put an end to the Canucks' protracted, agonizing search for their second-line center. The NHL trade market is notoriously tight, with general managers across the league lamenting the scarcity of sellers. Most teams are in buy mode, desperately trying to add pieces for their own playoff pushes, making the Bruins' apparent willingness to move key players like Middlestat or Zacha a rare and incredibly valuable opportunity. For Patrik Allvin, this presents a unique chance to pick up the phone and engage with Don Sweeney, Boston's GM, perhaps even offering a playful jab about Sweeney's job security, knowing that Boston's struggles could very well be Vancouver's gain. The conversation would undoubtedly revolve around what assets the Canucks are willing to part with draft picks, promising young players to secure the missing piece for their lineup, the final puzzle piece that could unlock their true potential. The clock is ticking, with training camps rapidly approaching, and the urgency to integrate a new top six forward before the season begins is palpable. While waiting until the trade deadline is always an option, the benefits of having a player like Zacha or Middlestat from day one, allowing them to build chemistry with their new teammates, learn the system, and truly integrate into the locker room, are undeniable. So, Canucks Nation, the stage is set. The desperate, long-standing search for that elusive second-line center might finally be nearing its end, with 2 compelling options emerging from the most unexpected of places. Is Casey Middlestat's playmaking finesse and potential upside, coupled with a potentially lower acquisition cost, the right move for the Canucks, a calculated gamble on untapped potential? Or does Pavel Zacha's established two-way game, robust physical presence, and multi-year contract make him the ideal game-changing addition, a proven commodity for a team ready to win now? The decision facing Patrik Allvin and Jim Rutherford is monumental, one that could define the Canucks season and potentially their entire journey to the Stanley Cup. This isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about seizing an opportunity to elevate the entire team, to send a clear, resounding message across the league that the Vancouver Canucks are not just contenders, but serious, legitimate threats. What do you think, Canucks fans? Would you rather see Casey Middlestat in blue and green, bringing his playmaking finesse and youthful energy? Or does Pavel Zacha's robust two-way game and physical presence excite you more, promising a more complete and immediate impact? Or perhaps, do you believe the Canucks should hold steady with their current lineup, trusting in the players they already have to step up and fill that void? Let us know your thoughts, your bold predictions, and your ultimate choice in the comment section below. And if you're as passionate about the Vancouver Canucks as we are, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for all the latest insights and exclusive reports, and share this video with every single Canucks fan you know. Your engagement fuels our coverage, and we can't wait to hear your take on this pivotal moment for our team